I'm Coach. You're locked into the NFL on...
The good news, Coach, is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. Cordell Patterson, 30, 10, touchdown, Chicago! Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for a team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
60 Pittsburgh. Give it up. Get it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. James has got it. Complete. And they can't bring him down. A good pick up there. 26 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it.
He's got daylight. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. J.D. McKissick, 51 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That's a great response. And oh, it's blocked. The Bears pick it up. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20, 10, 5, and he dives into the end zone and gets the 2 points. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They run with David Montgomery, the third-round pick from Iowa State. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Oh, there's a nice move by Robinson. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Touchdown! Chicago! Allen Robinson, 53 yards as the Bears push further out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Here's McKissick. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. A carry now for McKissick. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
Fourth and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 15-yard touchdown run as the Bears push further out in front. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Come on now, let's go.
Detroit's offense coming back onto the field. It's a Detroit team, and we kind of say this every week, Charles. It was 3-3-1. Well, now they're 3-9-1. That losing streak extends to 6 games after Minnesota defeats them in Week 14, 20-7. Their rookie quarterback, David Blau, he got another start. It's now 5 straight weeks without Matthew Stafford. He figures to be done the rest of the way. So, unfortunately, the year really has spiraled south for this Detroit Lions team.
And you can look at just about every aspect and find reasons why. All right, you start with Matthew Stafford missing a number of games due to injury. You end up with Jeff Driscoll for a short time, then David Blau, undrafted, even though they traded for him in the preseason because they liked him. And he had to deal with Minnesota's defense. That's not good for an experienced quarterback, let alone a rookie in this league. And how many times have we said this over the years? The running game lacks splash plays. We've said that pretty much for the last 10, 15 years in Detroit.
Well, they'll try to save face over the last 3 weeks. They'll be home for Tampa Week 15. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Amendola. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Detroit. Danny Amendola, 51 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as a wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
We play to win. Let's go.
As the Bears come back on the field here, CD gives us a chance to discuss their resurgence. They've won 3 in a row, 4 out of 5, as we talked about earlier, following the 31-24 win over the Cowboys on Thursday night in Week 14. And One thing's for sure, Bears fans are going to be rooting against the Vikings and against the Rams in these final 3 weeks.
No doubt about it. If you go back to last week, the win over Dallas on that Thursday night, think about their finishing schedule. They beat Dallas, leading the NFC East. They're going to Green Bay this week, currently leading the NFC North. Then they're home against Kansas City, leading the AFC West. And then they're at Minnesota, who's currently locked in as a wild card coming out of the NFC North. That is a heck of a finishing kick, but they have to win all of them in order to have a chance.
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And now running right, weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, 57 yards, as the Bears push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. It seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is picked up by the Bears. And did he get in? No. They'll mark him down at the 1-yard line.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery with his second touchdown in this opening quarter as the Bears push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front, because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Not a whole lot. And now it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball.
Oh, ball. That's our ball. That's our ball.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with his second touchdown in this opening quarter as the Bears push further out in front. He told us he was going to hit the end zone a couple times in this game. I just don't know that he envisioned doing it in the first quarter.
He probably did. I'm not sure we did,
yeah.
right? Because all the great ones, that's what they do. They dream about it, right? They think about it. They envision it. They think it's going to happen and almost will themselves into it. I just look at what he's done so far and just wonder what's left to come. Let's sit back and enjoy this one.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Come on, set to 70, Indy. Here we go, X3, 285.
They'll start things on first down with Bo Scarborough. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now it's Trubisky. This is caught by Robinson. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Defensively, they're going to have to do something about him in a hurry, because that last catch puts him over the 100-yard mark. We haven't even hit the 2nd quarter yet.
And you did say they'd have to do it in a hurry. It has to be right now, because as his confidence grows, it'll actually overwhelm the defense. No matter what they do, he'll feel like they can't stop him.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards is the pickup there on a 1st down for Chicago. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Ben Braunecker there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
132 fighter.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. 2nd and 14. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. This one complete to Lacy. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And
this is caught inside the 15. That one goes for 30 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 3. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Danny Amendola 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Pushing through the contact. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
From the 30 on second down, Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A'Shawn Robinson there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Quick pass out to Miller. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 20.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Rashawn Melvin in on the stop.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of...
And he will score! Touchdown, Chicago! Mitchell Trubisky on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point splits the uprights.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Ready,
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And now it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started in minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bears take over. Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Lock in.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Trubisky. He finds Robinson. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for Chicago. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. They run. This is Cohen. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Cohen. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a 1st at the Lions' 24.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. 1st down, a run with Cohen. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. On the draw, this is Cohen. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Mike 40. Pick it up, guys, pick it up.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as his guys continue to pour it on.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll set up a throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Ready. Send Lobo. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna get it. Go.
Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
15 line. 15 line.
4 yards on the pickup.
General West.
It's Scarborough again. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They will run it. It's McKissick. And an alley to run. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run with McKissick, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Go, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. Past the 20. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, 74 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
We call it sack luck.
But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
All down, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Now Allen Robinson and company gearing up to go again on offense. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago. Trubisky now just one misfire so far after that last completion, 15 of 16. It's 1st down. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Mike Daniels makes the tackle. They try again with Cohen. And now running right through it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. That'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Alert, 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 alert.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
After the sack on first down, Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He was good in the first half. He's been good still here so far in the 3rd quarter, Charles.
It almost feels like when you're watching all those drills that you know that they go through.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's a loss of 2.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Running for it, Montgomery. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. So give him the first down, 1st and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. The toss play to Montgomery.
This drive.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.